Now we are going to start with the diagram of human eye. In human eye, it is located in the orbit of an eye, which is called as eye socket. In human eye, there are three layers, or we can say the three concentric coatings. This is the first coating, and this first coating is a fibrous coating. As this coating is thick and tough, and they provide a firm surface for the insertion of eye muscles. Now this fibrous coating is further divided into sclera and cornea. The white portion what you see in your eye up to here, this is the white portion and this is the white portion. What you are observing as a white portion in your eye, that is called as a sclera, and this sclera is opaque. So that is why it does not let the light to enter in. It is also called as a white of the eye. And whatever you see, a light brown color or a dark brown color, on the light and the dark brown color, a layer is there, and that layer is called as cornea. So this bulged part, where the bulging of the eye start, there a cornea start, and cornea is transparent. It covers only 1/6 of the fibrous coating. It is transparent and it is circular. It is surrounded by the lymph from the adjacent area, and this cornea is lined by a very thin layer. This layer is called as conjunctiva. What is this layer called as? Conjunctiva. So when you have to donate the eye, only the cornea is taken. So cornea transplantation is done from the dead man's eye. It is stored and grafted on the another person, so that that person can have the vision. And this conjunctiva is covering the cornea. Sometimes there may be a eye infection, redness in the eye, so that is called as infection of the eye, conjunctivitis. So we have discussed the fibrous coating. This is thick and tough, this is sclera, and this is cornea. And whatever you are observing from the front, that is the sclera, and the transparent layer cornea. And the cornea is lined by conjunctiva. It is the upper eyelid and it is the lower eyelid. Now is the second layer. Now you can see a red layer over here, that is just below the fibrous coating. This is a vascular coat, and that is called vascular coat because it is rich in blood vessel and it is providing nourishment to other layers of the eye. And this is a choroid region, and choroid region is the greater part of the vascular coating, just lying in contact to the sclera. It is darkened as it is rich in vascular blood vessels. It provide a dark area inside the eye, and that is very important for an eye. Why? To prevent the internal reflection of light that might blur the image. Like in the camera you have a darker area. Similarly in our eye we have a choroid that is rich in vascular coating that makes the dark eye so as to have a sharp image. Now this is iris, and these are the ciliary body. This is when as we are observing a sectional view, but when you see in front of eye, this iris appears to be in circle, and in between there is a window, and that window is called as a aperture, is called as a pupil, as the iris is perforated at the middle by an aperture which is called as a pupil. And iris contain two sets of muscles, sphincters and dilators. Now this iris when comes near closure, what happens? Then the aperture get reduced, this aperture, and when the aperture get reduced, it let the less amount of light to come in. But if the iris contract, then the window gets broader, and when it gets widened, then the large amount of light can enters in the eye. So iris plays a very important role in regulating the amount of light by increasing the size of pupil or by decreasing the size of pupil. So it allows a very important role in regulation. And this iris contain a pigment called melanin that gives a color, specific color to the eye. And these ciliary bodies, these ciliary muscles are there, suspensory ligaments are holding the lens. They are playing a very important role in maintaining the shape of the lens. Now there is a liquid over here. This liquid is called as the aqueous humor, and the liquid fluid or the fluid which is behind the lens, that is called as a vitreous humor. So they are providing a moisture, or you can say a lubrication to the lens. It does not let the lens to get opaque. Now next is the retina part. Now as I have already told you, there is an aqueous humor and vitreous humor. So it is little watery and it is jelly like, and in this it is continuously absorbed into blood and it is replaced, but this fluid is not absorbed, not replaced, it remains as such only. Okay, so it consists of water, protein, hyaluronic acid and collagen fiber. It does not flow, and it flows. And there is a lens. This is an elastic body called lens just behind the iris, and it is transparent, thin, elastic membrane called as a lens capsule is there. It is biconvex, and it is held in place by a firm elastic ring-like structure which are called as a suspensory ligaments. So the lens provide a fine focus of light into the retina. This is the retina I have drawn here, which is in black color, and this is a nervous coating, the third layer of an eye, that is called as a retina. Now in retina, the main part, which is it is just below the choroid region. It has a pigment, rhodopsin is there, iodopsin is there. It has two type of cells, rod cells and cone cells, containing a pigment, rhodopsin and iodopsin. And at the just opposite to the center of the cornea, there is a macula lutea. I have written macula lutea, or it is called yellow spot. And at its depression, this is a depression, this is called as a fovea centralis. It is called as fovea centralis, and fovea has a cone cells. Please note it down. As we move from this portion to the back, the amount of the rod cells decreases. So here a maximum cone cells are there, and here a maximum rod cells are there. So cone cells, they have a cone cells only, and this is an area which is called as a blind spot, the point on the retina from where the optic nerve starts, that is called as a blind spot. Okay, now this is highly nervous in nature. So this blind spot has no pigment, whereas yellow spot, this area, has a pigment xanthophyll. Fine. And this eye plays a very important role, as it is one of the organ of sight. Now aqueous humor and vitreous humor, these are the fluids, and they are providing a nourishment to the cornea and to the lens. So if you know that aqueous humor can be replaced, but vitreous humor cannot be replaced. So aqueous humor, if there is an obstruction that it can't be replaced, then it may lead to disease called glaucoma, and that may change the pressure in the eye, which may damage the retina, and it may cause a blindness. But vitreous humor is not replaced.